Although some try to deny its existence, climate change is real and can soon be a catastrophic issue. Climate change is the heating of global temperature caused by man-made greenhouse gas emissions. These emissions are separated into six groups of electricity, heat production, agriculture, forestry, and other land use, making up half of all emissions. Industry is also a big factor, making up 21% of emissions. China alone makes up about 30% of total global emissions. The US, EU, India, Russia, and Japan making up about 40% combined, while the other 30% coming from everywhere else in the world. The concentration of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere hit an all-time high in 2017. The concentration had reached 405.5 parts per million. The last time a comparable concentration of CO2 in our atmosphere was 3 to 5 million years ago. At this time, the average temperature was 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, and the sea level was 10 to 20 meters higher than now. These emissions are directly responsible for increasingly rapid growth of sea level rise. The warming of the planet caused by greenhouse gases in turn causes the oceans to warm and expand, as well as increased melting of land-based ice like glaciers and sheets. This rapid growth can lead to a lot of coastal cities being taken over by water and becoming more susceptible to nuisance flooding. Deadly and destructive storm surges are more likely to push farther inland. How does sea level affect countries? Port cities like New Orleans, Guangzhou, New York City, and Iran, where they are right next to large bodies of water, will see devastating submersion only after a rise of 1.5 meters. New Orleans, where the majority of city's elevation is below sea level, could just become a small cluster of islands. Solutions to sea level rise. Sea level rise is a hard thing to tackle. The main thing that cities or people can do is prepare for it. Sea level rise can be tackled by building seawalls, and these seawalls are right next to coasts, which is very expensive. Another solution is building living shorelines. Living shorelines absorb water but are hard to engineer. These are a cheaper alternative and take less time. The last major solution is improving road height. This alternative isn't as effective and is expensive. Miami Beach is spending $2 million per block on their roads. The only main solution to sea level rise is stopping your carbon footprint. People can do small things to decrease their carbon footprint. You can drive less or take public transit. You can switch to electric alternatives. You can also switch to biodegradable products. Switch from plastic water bottles and bags to reusable ones. Another big thing you can do is eat less meat. Cattle and meat production emits 2 billion metric tons of CO2. The main problem falls on governments, but we can change that too. 1. We can stop climate change and sea level rise with politics. We can elect leaders that support green deals and climate change initiatives. Countries like Norway, Australia, China, and more are signing and undertaking huge carbon emission deal and laws. The people have the power, and we can support those that support our planet. Of the people, by the people, for the people.